We're going. Well, the subject today is the Orion Nebula. It's about 900,000 miles away. There's no fuel stops on the way there, so we can't use the conventional method of reaching someplace so vastly far and distant. Orion's Nebula from the north. That's where we originated. And that's where we would like to go. Now, in order to get there, it would be impossible to even reach the speed of light with our technology that's available to Earthlings today. However, if we stumbled upon a technology to whereby we could project a gravity anomaly in front of, say, a saucer-shaped disk, the gravity anomaly may have the capability of pulling the disk forward. However, the disk has a machine in it which is projecting the gravity amplification through simulated radiation instead of a laser amplifying light at the speed of light back and forth between two mirrored places in a cavity, producing a laser light amplification through simulated radiation. Okay, so what we're going to do is show you how to tune a frequency with magnets. A frequency, a gravitational frequency. We're going to take, hopefully you can see this, we're going to take a magnet and place it in here. When we push down on the magnet, you can see it come back up. When we pull up on the magnet, you can see it goes back down to the middle. There's an anti-gravity tube through here. It also goes both directions, as you can see it going both directions. Now, because this creates this frequency, we will take and hold a magnet down like this, and we'll see if we can get this magnet well, I need my assistant. That's what I need. I usually have an assistant. There it went. Okay, now the magnet went through, the brake grabbed it, then we turn it around with the blue tape on there. Okay. Oh my goodness. There we go. Need my assistant. Now the blue end is here. So that means that it's gone through this way 2 times by turning the magnet around like this. Now, however, we're going to take and turn the whole mechanism around, all right? Hopefully you can see through the tunnel here now. We're going to place this on here, right about there, and hold it. Now we're taking this piece that doesn't have the blue tape, we brought it through. Now we're going to bring it through one more time. You see how it goes through both directions. The University of Oregon down at Corvallis. The professors came to me and they said, we understand that you are ruining our students' minds by showing them something that you call outside the box, which is just a trick with magnets. I said, well, sir, before I answer any more questions, I noticed your friend over there running his fingers underneath a floating globe in midair and over the top looking for strings. I said, those are purchased right out of Seattle at a little shop called Future something or another. They cost $80. They project a frequency through electronics, a signal that holds that little magnet and unit in the air and also spins it around. Gravity is a frequency. Gravity is a frequency that held up a large ship known as the Phoenix Lights. If you're familiar with that, you know what happened. A mile-wide ship floated over the city of Phoenix. No noise, just floated like a big balloon. About a mile wide, then took off about 4,000 miles an hour. Now, back to the Grazer. Gravity amplification through simulated radiation is what we want. So what we do is we take this frequency bar, which the reason these magnets are all encased in plastic is because in order to tune the frequencies of anti-gravity and gravity control, this was built in 1959. It's been patched and gone over a few times. But this is the answer to Orion's belt. Number one, the speed of gravity is greater than the speed of light because light cannot even start to break through the gravity barrier. Light cannot escape from a black hole. We all know about all these things in our science programs on TV. Now what we're talking about is that if you have this as the Grazer, you would have to have the aluminum on both ends for it to bounce off of. In other words, the Gravitrain, Megalift train in Europe is over sheets of sheets of aluminum between the tracks, which magnify the gravitational field that's forced down towards it to where it lifts the train back up. A resistance frequency is created with a coil of magnetism quality. So that's how your Megalift train can go with no friction, and it's pulled ahead by each activated magnetic bar, pulled ahead at the speed of 300 and some miles an hour. The cows look a little blurry in the field. Now, we're back to our Grazer here. Our Grazer, gravity amplification through simulated radiation, the frequency that we've encased here, bouncing back and forth between two discs of aluminum at the speed of gravity with pinholes in both ends. One end is a negative field, the other end is a positive field. Okay? When your amplification comes out this end and your deamplification comes out here, that means it's easier for this to leave that deactivated area into this new activated area. Reaching within 100 miles distance, the speed of gravity, which is beyond the 186,900 miles per second of light. However, you don't feel the speed inside the control thing in your vehicle. It's a controlled speed that's projected from that area, so that area stays the same. However, you are not traveling at the speed of gravity, which means that any solids you might run across going to Orion's belt would be nothing but frequencies. You're beyond the speed of light, and frequencies exist as matter only from the speed of light down to zero. So beyond that, in the speed of gravity, you have created a wormhole. Thusly, you are folding time and space to where it comes together almost. So 90,000 light years of travel can be obtained in 9 minutes time with a gravity amplification tube. The thing that held the big Phoenix Lights machine up was a gravity tube that was aimed this way. It was aimed up and held it in a particular space in conjunction with the gravitational pull of the Earth to where it equalized out and was floating, more or less. So thusly, if you have one of these pointed up, you can go straight up into the stratosphere. And if you have another one aimed out that way, you will simply take off, and within 100 miles, you'll obtain a wormhole, folding time and space to where you arrive at Orion's belt, 90,000 light years later, traveling at the speed of light for 90,000 years in 9 minutes. So thus, now you have it. Remember that magnets last 450 years. And after 450 years, you might need to drop them through a Gaussian coil. So here we go. There is your power. After 1959, the same power that is still there. Zippity-doo. That is the end, folks. Thank you.